So, welcome to GSI, so Geometric Science of Information. So, some of you are new in the community. So, just to inform you that this is a conference, multidisciplinary conferences, mixing people coming from different communities. So, sometimes it's difficult because we have not the same vocabulary. People coming from pure mathematics, people coming from geometric mechanics, people coming from information geometry or information theory. But it's interesting to discuss between these different communities. So GSI is a conference organized by SEE. And this year it is sponsored by Thales and Caligula, but I will come back on that. So I would like to introduce my co-chairman, Frank Nielsen, from Sony. So we have launched this conference 10 years ago. This is the 10 years birthday of this conference. So the conference will be dedicated to the memory of Mademoiselle Paulette Lieberman, which is very well known from people from pure mathematics and especially geometry and theory of representation, Lie group representation. So she was a student of Élie Cartan and André Lichnerowitz, and a PhD student of Charles Erechman, and familiar with the Emerald Coast. In fact, she has an apartment in Dinard, just in front of Saint-Malo, and she started his career of professor at Rennes University. And so after his post in Rennes University, she moved to Paris, and she works on many very interesting problems on foliation with Erechman and after Erechman, and she also managed with Erechman a seminar in Paris. So this is another picture of Mademoiselle Paulette Lieberman at ENS Sèvres, because during this period the ENS Paris was not open to female, and so they have created ENS Sèvres, and André Lichnerowitz was one of their professors, and also Élie Cartan. And we could see also Paulette Lieberman at the most famous conference on geometry in 1973 in Strasbourg, where we could see also Kosul, Souriau, Georges Ribes. And in the front, you have Charles Erechman and André Lichnerowitz. But so you have many young researchers, and they said we have above all endeavored to highlight some of the new paths in which our science is going. We also wanted young mathematicians to be able to highlight their reflection on their results. So I find the complete list of people. So where you have also Chern, Laurent Schwartz, René Thom, André Weil, Hoff, Durham, Milner. So very interesting conference. And now I give the floor to Frank.
Thank you, Frederic. So, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Saint-Malo. It's our great pleasure today to host the conference in such a nice environment and to celebrate with you our 10th anniversary. I think this is the most attended conference we have organized so far, and I hope you will enjoy a discussion with many people, not even working in your own area, but making new connection. So we find it an opportunity. So I had the great pleasure to have been in touch with Professor Rao, and very sadly, we learned that he passed away in 22nd of August, last week. And so we would also like to dedicate this conference to him. And as you know, he's one of the founders of information geometry, with the very famous papers that he wrote. He was not even a PhD student at that time. He published in 1945 this paper where you have three big contributions. One is to use the Fisher-Rao distance, which is a cornerstone of information geometry, but he had also the lower bound, which Frederic called Fréchet-Darmois-Kramer-Rao lower bound, and also the Rao-Blackwell theorem. So it was three big contributions in a single paper as a student, not even a PhD. And then he went to do his PhD with Professor Fisher. This one? No, okay. So actually, Frederic found out that one of the first conference that Professor Rao attended was in France, and it was in 1948. And during his career, he attended about 200 conferences. So the slides will be on the site afterwards, so you can have a look. We have a pretty dense contents, and I would like to speed up a bit to have Frederic talking about various things. You can see the picture from this event. We also famous professor like Professor Levy and Professor Fréchet. And you will see enlarged here as a young student, Professor Rao. So he passed away. He was 102 years old, and in September was his anniversary for 103 years old. So it's really sad. So there are many contents that you can find on YouTube on the contribution in many different areas like econometrics, statistics, and other fields of Professor Rao. He wrote many books. And I encourage you to look at his career because it's quite remarkable. He also spent his life in United States, but created some institute in India that he funded financially with his own money, which is the C.R. Rao Institute in India. And he was awarded this year. He was the third recipient of the new prize in statistics that is called the International Prize in Statistics. The first prize was given to Professor Sir David Cox. The second prize to Ephron from Stanford, and he received just this year the prize for all his career and work in statistics. So he's also one of the founders of our journal, Information Geometry, that was launched by Springer a couple of years ago. And I will come back to this later. And we had the chance to work together via one of his contributors, which is Arnie Rao, who is not really related to his family. Rao is also a common name in India. And I'm in touch, even yesterday I was in touch with Arnie. who went to the funeral and told me that many people attended, and also students and former colleagues. So we just published last year some handbook where we have parts on geometry and statistics. And if you didn't check the contents, you're very welcome to look at the table of contents and see. Okay, I give Frederic back.
Yes.
The presentation.
Here's just an illustration of the poster you could find on the website of Franck with different contributors of information geometry to this new community that is very active. So this year, the colloquium is sponsored by my company Thales and also by Caligola. So by Rita Fioresi. Rita, if you could, okay. So Rita is leading two European network, and we have also different associated partners and two different editors. So I give the floor now to the president of SEE to give some short few words on the SEE.
Hi, I am very pleased to welcome you in this conference. I am François Gerin, chairman of SEE, the organizer of this conference. And I would like to say that the GSI conference has become very quickly, only 10 years, a very mature and famous conference, especially under the efficient leadership of Frédéric and Franck. I thank very much for that and all of the community, obviously. And this contribution is very important to SE conference activities, between 3 and 5 international conferences every year. We are working also together with 3 other scientific companies in the Fédération des Sociétés Scientifiques, F2S, in France, so with optical, with void, and it's very important also with a physical company. And besides, we are working in various domains like electrical and electronical engineering, digital transformation, radars and sensors. We were established in 83, so a lot of time, and we are a meeting point in France between industry, labs, academic institutions, and deployed following technical committees in various fields, especially energy, sensors, and electromagnetical systems, information and communication, and system engineering. We are proud to have 17 companies participating to our activities, including high school and labs, and we have more than 1,000 participants. And we edit 5 issues a year of this magazine in the various fields of activity, and you can find it on our site.
Après, c'est d'autres slides.
Okay. And I wish you a very fruitful work in this famous frame of, or may I say, scenery of Saint-Malo and all the vicinities. And you shall have, I think, next Friday, a very important tide. So you shall see also the sea at work. Thank you very much. Have a nice stay.
Okay, so to make reference to the support of Rita Fioresi, so Rita is leading 2 European actions. The first one is called Caligola. So Caligola is sponsor of GSI. So Caligola is a Marie Curie, European Marie Curie action. And we have especially work package 5 on the geometry of deep learning but it's mixing different topics like carton geometry, Linear representation theory, integrable system, quantum group, and quantum computing towards the understanding of the geometry of deep learning and its application. On the second action, it's European cost action, Calista, also led by Bologna University on RITA. And also the same topics than for Caligola, so carton geometry, integrable system, quantum group theories. And we have also a work package 4, with a vision model, which is led by Professor Angulo, Jesus Angulo from Mines Paris-Tech. And I'm also involved in this group where we are talking about also geometric deep learning. And we will organize with Jesus Angulo for the work package 4 in Mines Paris-Tech in July next year. Three seminars in a workshop, one on symmetry and equivariance in deep learning and geometry-informed neural network, one on a symplectic model of Lie group thermodynamics and deep learning on Lie groups, and one on max-flux algebra, tropical geometry, and mathematical morphology in deep learning. So I invite you to. We will send you. We have your email, so we will send you the announcement of this event, which is in the framework of the European Calista cost action. So just a few words on Thales. So Thales is a research and development powerhouse. So we have 80,000 employees, but also 25,000 engineers dedicated to research, on more than 20,000 patents. And also we have a joint lab with the French CNRS, especially with a lab with Albert Fert, which is a Nobel Prize on spintronic. And we are ranking in the, and we are 10 times winner of the Clarivate top 100 global innovators. And we are working on different sector activities like space, aerospace, security, digital identity, and ground transportation. So the figures of the conference this year. So we have we have now 198 participants, not 5, and so we have 6 keynote speakers, 134 talks in 25 oral sessions. And we have also 19 posters in one poster session, led by Rita. So the acceptance rate is around 83%. So it is a requirement of Springer to have almost this acceptance rate. So we would like to thank all the reviewers. So we have 113 reviewers. We have participated to review the, so we have received almost 160 papers, and we need a minimum of 2 reviews per papers. And so you could see the origin of the countries and contributors are worldwide. So here, and you have in the booklet the list of the GSI committee. So we would like to thank the committee because he organized also the sessions. So we have structured the conference with different sessions, which are chaired by the chairman of the scientific committee, to have some homogeneity of the conference. So I give the floor to Frank about the proceedings.
Thank you, Frederick. So I would like to thank all of the authors for sending me their papers in the correct format and also making the process of publishing very smooth. So I've been in touch with Springer since 2013, and we are very happy that we could have our visual signature. So Frederick will also introduce what is the meaning of this painting, and we got the grants from the British Museum to use this background image as our signature. And this year is a bit particular because we had a huge number of papers, and basically it was exceeding a single proceedings limit. So what we had to do is the 2 volume for this edition, And actually, the process was very smooth, and I also thank Frederic a lot for helping me in structuring and making all the session at early stage. So thanks again to all the authors, thanks to the reviewers for making these proceedings. I just want to mention that you have also the e-proceedings that is available here on the website. So you're not, feel free to leave it in your room if you don't want to carry the proceedings over the 3 days. You can access all the PDF from our website. So this is, you will have also the link here, and you can. Yeah, so you can get all the proceedings in a PDF file if you want, and you can search and have a click and jump and so forth. So it's you have the printed version if you want to increase your serendipity and discovering things, and if you want to access your own information or related topics, you can find it on the PDF. We just want to mention also that we will organize, we have already organized actually, but we will contact some of the authors of GSI for a special issue that will be published by the Information Geometry Journal, which has been launched by Springer. And our editor-in-chief is Nihat He, who is maybe, I think he will arrive, or maybe is Nihat here already? Okay, so he told me he will join, so we will see him later. So we will send you information also concerning this call for paper, and we hope to have very good long articles for that. It should be into the topic of information geometry. So GSI is more having a cross-disciplinary approach, but for the special issue, we really want to have contributions that are related to information geometry, and the review process is completely independent from GSI. Okay, so I give back to you. Presentation.
Okay. So we have structured the conference in 25 sessions of 134 papers on 19 posters in a poster session. But we invite the posters. You could start to install today your posters, but it will be mainly dedicated tomorrow. But you could start to install it today and discuss during coffee break. So you have all the details in your booklet, in your bag. So we will have this year 6 keynote speakers. So we try to mix the different disciplines. Today Eva Miranda will make the opening keynote. So Eva comes from the geometric mechanics community. Then this afternoon we have Professor Hervé Sabourin from Poitiers University, which works on representation theory. And tomorrow we have Francis Bach. I don't know if Francis is here or not yet. I know that he will arrive this afternoon. So be careful, because tomorrow the keynote is at 8:30. Not night. So tomorrow it starts at 8:30. So please try to be there before starting the conference. And so tomorrow 8:30. So Francis Bach is a member of the French Academy of Science and a researcher at École Normale Supérieure in Paris and in RIA, and will give you a talk on information theory. Then in the afternoon we have Juan Pablo Ortega, coming also from a geometric mechanics community and working at NTU University in Singapore. On the last day we have Dira Fall, which works at Institut Denis Poisson University in Orléans. And she will talk about image processing for medical application. And the last one will be Bernd Sturmfeld from Max Planck Institute, and he will talk about algebraic statistics. And we are happy in the past we try to extend also the community to this domain of algebraic models. So it's interesting to have this talk by Bernd Sturmfeld. So in the booklet, you have the program at glance. So in fact, you have 3 parallel sessions with Maupertuis here, Vauban at the same floor, and Bouvet, which is the floor at the first level. So in the booklet for each day you have the program. So you could see that we will have the keynote by Eva Miranda, then a coffee break, which is in the Surcouf Rotonde, where you have take the coffee break this morning. Then we will have a parallel session, the lunch break, and we have the keynote at 2. So be at 2 in the Maupertuis Amphitheater for the keynote of Professor Hervé Sabourin. Then parallel session in the afternoon. We will try to make a group photo because tomorrow we should have rain. It is French Brittany weather, so we perhaps this afternoon we will have sun, so we will take a picture before the cocktail. So at 6:30. Yeah, at 6:30. Okay, so the rendezvous is at Surcouf, and we will go on the last floor for the group picture. If you want to be on the group picture. So you have the same thing for the second day. So Francis Bach, it's 8:30, so half past 8. So be there at the Maupertuis for the talk of Francis, and you have the same kind. And perhaps we will try also to make different group photo. And today is also dedicated to a poster session. There is a mistake in the booklet. So it's the end of the parallel session is 10:50, just to finish at the coffee break. So for the chairman, so please, you have to put your slide in the preview. So the preview is just on the right when you go outside Maupertuis. So 2 times on the right, you will find the preview, and you put your slide. We have 3 directories with the room: Maupertuis, Vauban, and Beauvais. And for each directory, we have the 3 days and the name of your session. But it's important, and so you will have access to your slide on the laptop in the room, but you have to put your slide in the preview room. It's important. Perhaps, Frank, you would say a few words about the base paper with Silver. I know that Silver, if you could come just to introduce you.
Yeah, so for this delicate operation, we asked Silver Bonabel to preside the jury and to look at the papers and to have a selection and nominee and to attend the talks to decide the best paper award. It is funded by Springer. It has a cash prize of €500, and it will be announced in the closing ceremony. So Silver kindly accepted to take this duty, and I'm very thankful, given the very short time somehow. To make the process smooth. Okay.
Thank you. So we will have also an hackathon for GEOMSTAT. So GEOMSTAT has been launched by Xavier Pennec and many of his PhD students and postdoc. And so GEOMSTAT is free Python libraries, try to federate different algorithms. And 2 years ago at Sorbonne University, we have also organized this hackathon. So it is during lunch break. So it is free. You are not obliged to participate to the hackathon. So it will be in a Vauban room and organized by Luis Pereira. And so I don't know if Yann Tevendas and Elodie Magnan could help, because Nicolas, which was in charge, was not able to attend GSI. So it will be mainly Luis Pereira. Where are you, Luis? Okay, so Luis is in the back. If you have some question. So the rendezvous is at Vauban room during lunch break. So this is the map you have on your booklet. So we are at the Maupertuis. And the preview room is here. So you go outside, and the preview room is here. Vauban is here. And on the first floor, you have the Bouvet. You have the Bouvet room just at the first floor, first level. Okay. Okay, so here you have the different room, Bouvet on the first floor, Vauban on the second, on the rotonde. You have Wi-Fi, so you have it is in your booklet. It is in your booklet. So I will don't take picture. You have it on your booklet, so you can use it. So we have a welcome cocktail today. At the Rotonde at 19:30. And we have a gala dinner tomorrow. So if you have a full registration or if you take a ticket for gala dinner, so we have a gala dinner tomorrow also at the Rotonde. So I think it is indicated on your badge if you are. But you can. You can ask at the registration desk if you need additional gala dinner. You have also a list of restaurants because the lunch is free. So the Palais Grand Linge is here. So here you have the entrance of Saint-Malo, and you have many restaurants. So just to give a short history of GSI. So it starts in 2009 with Séminaire Léon Briouin. And then we have organized with Frank Matrix Information Geometry. And then we have a biannual conference. So we have organized 2 times at Mines Paris Tech with Sylvain Bonabert and Jesus Engoulot. 1 time in École Polytechnique, 1 time we at ENAC, and the last one was at Sorbonne University. So you can find on Springer all the collection of the proceedings. And also see some pictures of some of the keynotes of the last. So we were honored to have Jean-Louis Cauzoul as the first edition. But also Roger Ballian, Charles-Michel Marle, Gérard Letac, Elena. So I'll not put all the keynote, but also Daniel Benquin, Jean-Michel Bismuth. And also last year we have Giuseppe Longo, Yvette Cauchemar-Schwarzbach, Maurice de Gosson, Michel Broniatowski, Max Welling, and Jean Petitot. So in parallel, we organize a parallel GSI event. So we have organized an event at CIRM, an event at IMAG with Professor Nguyofo Boyom at Montpellier. There is a dedicated grade C school, summer school on information geometry, and also one in Léouche, and last one in Paris at Institut Empirique Poincaré for Maximum Entropy Conference. So you have a different book edited by Frank, and so you have a different book we are promoting. So just a few words about the logo. So the logo is an image of Adélard de Bas. And Adélard de Bas was a translator of Euclid element in Latin, but he has also he has introduced the word algorithmus in Latin. So it was very emblematic for the conference. And just if you launch. And we try also to define a GSI music signage. And so you could find this music on the webpage. And this is the music of Jean Cartan. It was the son of Élie Cartan and the brother of Henri Cartan. But he passed away very young, at 26, from tuberculosis. And you could find, it will be the music of GSI. So you could some music has been edited recently. I invite you to look at this edition of the Jean Cartan music. And also Kozul was also involved in music because his grandfather was Julien Kozul, which was also the grandfather of Henri Dutilleux. Okay. Yes, and there is a connection between the Kozul family and the Cartan family. Just also a few words, you have on the booklet some information about Maupertuis, because we are in the city of Maupertuis, which is one of the contributor of calculus of variation, with the principle of least action. So I invite you to read the story in your booklet. It is also the 400th birthday of Blaise Pascal, and this is the motto of GSI, is Aleae Geometria. This is the sentence you can find in this paper first paper on probability. And it is interesting for the conference because Pascal has addressed computers, probability, duality, and thermodynamic. So this is some pictures of French contributor of GSI. So the son and the grandfather with Souriau, Kozul, and Fréchet. And so in GSI we are addressing calculus of variation, so it's a very French picture of calculus, history of calculus of variation. But also we try to extend to thermodynamic, and there is also a new development in thermodynamic, and especially we try to introduce quantum topic in GSI. And we have the topic of especially quantum thermodynamic or quantum information geometry. Nina Amini from L2S from Central Supélec has a INR from French NRS on quantum information geometry. Okay, so I have no time to talk about Massieu, about potential. Just three last announcements. So this is also next year the 200th birthday of Carnot, with the invention of thermodynamic, with his book Puissance motrice du feu, et sur les machines propres à développer cette puissance. So this is a book for 150th birthday, but in Lille next year we'll have Carnot 2024 for the 100th birthday of thermodynamic. This year is also the 50th years anniversary of death of Maurice Fréchet, and at Institut Henri Poincaré, Professor Masliak from Sorbonne University will organize also a workshop, and it is also the 100th birthday of René Thom, and Academy of Science and Institut des Hautes Études Scientifiques will organize this month 2 events on René Thom. So I find a picture of René Thom with Georges Ribes, and some citation of René Thom on foliation on thermodynamic. So enjoy GSI. I give this quotation of Jean-Marie Souriau. There is nothing more in physical theories than symmetry group except the mathematical construction which allows precisely to show that there is nothing more. Enjoy also Saint-Malo and French Brittany. So Saint-Malo, but just in front you have Dinard, so you can take a shuttle, boat shuttle to go to Dinard in 10 minutes. And we have at 40 minutes from Mont Saint-Michel. And so Friday we will have the biggest, highest tides of the year. And Saint-Malo is the highest tides in Europe, so I invite you to look at the tides in front of Palais du Grand Large. And also in Saint-Malo, you have the tomb of Chateaubriand, which is one founder of French Romanticism. You have also a very interesting museum with Jean-Baptiste Charcot, which was a polar explorer. So thank you, and I hope you a very interesting and fruitful GSI conference.